I just was arguing with somebody at a party Friday night, right? Yeah, Friday night. My man threw a surprise party for his wife. Now I mean, I pulled out with my lady. And in the middle, towards the end, we about to leave, I find myself in a circle of people. I'm in the middle. I'm arguing why Drake is still good. He's still relevant. This thing didn't kill his career. And, and furthermore, the song Not Like Us is just really is bigger because of the Drake hate. I feel like it's a good song, but if he would have just came out with it by itself, like, without just, without saying They Not Like Us, without the Drake, without the, Drake hate behind it, it wouldn't have been that big, man. The hate for Drake, the unanimous hate for Drake, the jealousy, the envy of Drake helped propel that song to new heights. And I was saying Drake is still a great artist. He can still do his thing. This ain't hurting him or nothing. Then, because I'm also a huge basketball fan, I'm a fan of NBA too. So I see this thing with DeMar DeRozan. How he's obviously, because Drake is Toronto, did a lot for the city, I get it. He's a Raptors, he's like, what Spike Lee is to the Knicks. He's an honorary Raptor type shit, and I get it. So he's on there commentating with the commentators at the game, broadcasting live. And this is the time where they're doing the Vince Carter, they're retiring Vince Carter's number, 15, and the Raptors. Probably the greatest Raptor ever, right? So it's a big night. Somebody mentioned to him, the broadcaster, if your guy DeMar DeRozan get his number in the rafters, he mentioned something like that, and Drake says, "I'll go up there and take it off himself if he have to." Now this is the thing. Drake and DeMar was cool, but now Drake is caught up in this because DeMar DeRozan is from West Coast and he was in the Kendrick video dancing and bopping. So now Drake is saying, you pick the side, stay over there. Now this is where I kind of understand that, right? I'm from a gang-infested, drug-infested neighborhood. I'm from South Jamaica, Queens, right? Born and raised. My mother was born and raised from there. Her mother was born and raised in this. Get it? So I'm from there. Now, I know how certain hitters, gang leaders, shooters, hitters, whatever, get on that type of time. When it's up like that, it is that situation. You standing next to this person, you with that person, I get that. But not from Drake. Drake ain't a shooter. He not a killer. He not a gang. He's not even a very tough individual. He's not even a tough skin like he walked through the alley and listen, he's going to give you the fight. He's not even that. He's not even going to give you the fight of your life. He's going to tuck like this while you hitting him. He's he give me those vibes, which is cool because he don't proclaim to be a gangster or hitter. Now, that's part of the reason why I respected him. But when soft people do gangster shit, that's problematic. Not only is it problematic for real gangsters, it's problematic for the world. You starting a bunch of shit that you can't finish and you not even about that life. Like, that's the thing for me. You know what I'm saying? You not come on, man. You a sweet, nice, talented Jewish kid from a good family upbringing. You had a bar mitzvah. You ain't got a violent bone in your body. I understand, being in this position that you're in and you've been in for a while, that the hip-hop culture has put you in, it can be misleading. You can, sometimes think you are physically more powerful than you are. But as a young Jewish man who's grew in religion, I would think that you got to know better than that. As a calculated person, you know better than that. You know better than that. So you drinking your own juice, you smelling your own sauce, you eating your own shit, essentially. And this is besides the violence, the propensity for violence and negativity, this starts with, it's not even just y'all. It's like, it feels like you're kind of trying to insinuate, or you're trying to portray, you want to push this Toronto versus, what is it, LA versus the United States in general. I don't know what it is, but you're trying to start a beef that you can't even handle, and it's very irresponsible for both parts. And it's not like you one of these little kids, like you're a Pooh Shiesty or something. You're a 35-year-old Jewish man. That's different. You know, I wouldn't even be addressing this if it was like a Pooh Shiesty or somebody who you would kind of expect that from an essay. But for you as a 35-year-old Jewish man, that's crazy. I have a problem with that. And like I said, as somebody who was a fan of yours, I really got to look at you, and I've got to look at myself for being like I can't even support you, bro. I can't even be a fan of you. And then furthermore, that's the DeMar DeRozan angle to this. DeMar DeRozan, you playing with this man's legacy now. Now, he played a bunch of years in Toronto, gave a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. He never even wanted to leave Toronto. They only traded him so they could get Kawhi. And they won a chip. They did the right thing. But the city loved him, and he didn't want to leave Toronto. And that's a special relationship they got. And even though he in Sacramento, I'm sure he's waiting for the day that, you know what I mean, that possibly they could retire him into the rafters. You go shit on that. You go sow discord between him and the Toronto fans to put them in a position where they got to either choose you. I mean, obviously, I could say you did more for the Toronto than he did. But he put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in, and he loved Toronto, and the people love him. So why would you get in a way of that? That's like the baby mother who want to turn you against the father because they not with him no more. That's sassy tendencies. And real G's don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And furthermore, you showing how hurt you are. Just because this man danced in his video, like he said on the Breakfast Club, he got love for you. He's from Compton. He's from, he that's who he is. That's part of his identity. He can't cut off his whole identity and what he know himself to be to hold on to a relationship with you. That would be soft and fake. But him dancing and bopping, that don't got nothing to do with, that's not hurting. That's not maliciously coming at you. So for you to try to hurt that man's legacy, for you to try to sow discord amongst these communities, for you to try to insinuate a beef, that's totally irresponsible. And it shows how butthurt and soft you are. And now I got to change my stance. You did lose. You know why? Because every time you close your eyes, you hear, And that's your fault. That's your fault. You can't get past that ass whooping. Now, instead of just going back to the studio, fighting harder, because that's what real Jews do. Reload, regroup, and come back out swinging. You didn't do that. You chose to be passive-aggressive, soft in nature, irresponsible, fake, and not honest. And now you trying to discord legacies with DeMar DeRozan. You trying to disrupt the whole Toronto fan base to turn them against somebody who they got love for. So now you taking the love and transmuting that into hate with them. You doing a lot of destruction. And it's all because you scared and you feeling some kind of way because you get knocked off of your little platform. You're supposed to be more sound than that as an individual. It is, I'm not even gonna lie, it's a sad day for a fan. For a dude that was a fan, man. And I still think you make great music, but I gotta reevaluate how I support you, how I look at you, or how I even co-sign you, man. Cause I got kids and all that too, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's sad. It's a sucker move, and it's corny on so many levels, man. So, you know, I just want to urge Toronto, in the States, Cali, whatever it is, we don't got to feed into, because we, especially as a culture, especially as black people, we need to be united as much as possible. We don't need more division, and we don't care about niggas rap beef and niggas rap legacy, and we not gonna interject ourselves into no nonsense, and we not jeopardizing ourselves, and we not putting more ignorance into the culture because of this nonsense, because of his inability to compete and take a competitive edge and just take a L in general. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I implore y'all Toronto Raptors fans, man, still support DeMar DeRozan. and you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too, like, cause that's the only thing you could probably tame them with is the Raptors fans. Cause that's another thing too. If you compare Drake and DeMar DeRozan, Drake is Toronto. I mean, DeMar DeRozan is really from that. I mean, he's really from the gang culture. He's really from there, but he's really from there. So that's why he's not looking at it probably like, you know what I mean? But you got a soft dude who's from the hill, from the suburbs of a whole nother country, who don't even understand shit, just butthurt in his feelings, sowing all this nastiness and discord, man. It's terrible. I ain't gonna hawk on it too long, man. I know what I'm here to do, man. This is the new religion. You know what I'm saying? Less tea, more bread. TNR, teach and reveal, tumble and rise. That's what we gotta do. Y'all know what I'm here to do, man. Teach and reveal.